You know what time it is. Disclaimer, I am not an attorney, nor do I offer or give legal advice. So please understand that all information that we talk about in any of my webinars are strictly information and educational purposes. And most of it is just personal experiences with things anyway. So please understand this is not legal advice. And may you be blessed on your journey to find your power within these laws. Peace and blessings. Welcome to the third party debt collection course. Today, you will be learning various laws and strategies that I have used to successfully remove a third party debt collection notice, or third party intermeddlers like I like to call them, from continuing to harass you with these illicit claims of an alleged debt. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and get to the content. All right, what we have here before us is a debt collector notice, third party debt collector notice, and this is dated September 1st, 2022. RMS is their address, phone number, and all that good stuff, their website. The Receivable Management Services LLC is a debt collector. We are trying to collect a debt that you owe. That's how you start off the conversation. Accusations to Progressive County Mutual Insurance. We will use any information you give us to help collect the debt. Now, I don't know about you, but I found that very abusive. I'm offended off the top. You just messed up my whole day with this garbage. Our information shows you had a Progressive County Mutual Insurance account number, blase, blase, blase. And then they say this is what's owed, and all this little information here. How can you dispute the debt? Call or write us by October 16, 2022 to dispute all or part of the debt. If you do not, we will assume that our information is correct. If you write to us by October 16, 2022, we must stop collection on any amount you dispute until we send you information that shows you owe the debt. You may use the form below or write to us without the form. You may also include supporting documents. We accept disputes electronically at this email address here, right? What else can you do? Write to ask for the name and address of the original creditor, if different from the current creditor. If you write by October 16, 2022, we must stop collection until we send you that information. You may use the form below or write to us without the form. We accept such requests electronically here. Let's say the same thing again. All right, go to the cfbp.gov debt collection to learn more about your rights under federal law. For instance, you have the right to stop or limit how we contact you. Contact us about your payment options. All right, so you see how they talking on here, right? They talking real reckless. All right. Now, I would like to point out, they said creditor, all right? The original creditor. So they're claiming to have given some credit to somebody, right? But when this is insurance and we pay for it, ahead of time, what credit are they giving us? We ever thought about that? Outside our personal information we gave, it may have been the Social Security or something. But anyway, let's continue. So we see they got their little notice to cut off. How do you respond? Check all the reply and all that good stuff, right? Then at this last page, it says a negative credit report reflecting on your credit record may be submitted to a credit reporting agency if you fail to fulfill the terms of your credit obligation. Now, we talked about this being insurance, but they're once again turning this to credit. We will not submit a negative credit report until after 45 days have passed from the date of this letter, and will not submit such a report if we receive notice that you dispute the obligation. All right, so that's page 202, and that's it. Now, let's see how I respond. what you see here now. Send the document back to them. Stamped it, refuse the contract. Okay, refuse the contract once again. All right, now let's go to the actual document. All right, so we must dispute. So this is how we dispute. This letter is a letter to inform you that you just broke the law. Here's date. Yeah. Information. All right, who we addressing, what this is response to whom it may concern. Your company is not licensed to collect debt in Texas. Congress has made it clear that there is an abundant evidence of the abusive, deceptive, and unfair debt collection practices by debt collectors like your company. Thank you for providing me with the documentary evidence of federal violations in the collection of an alleged debt. I will need you to provide more documentary evidence of federal violations so I can continue to add to my lawsuit against your company for the following federal violations. All right, so you see we have several violations listed here. Now, let's take a look at each one. First one we're going to look at is 15 USC subsection 1692B. All right, now as we get back to this letter, those were the code sections that we just went over, what we put right here, letting them know that these are the types of violations we're going to be looking to commit them with if they keep on with this foolishness. All right, for the record, this is a formal notice that your claim of $1,100 of a debt is disputed. You know, I am requesting validation made pursuant to the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act and the Federal Credit Reporting Act, along with corresponding state laws. Please note that I am requesting validation. That is competent evidence bearing my signature showing that I have or ever had made some contractual obligation to pay you. Please also be aware that any negative marks found on my credit report or fraudulent security liens placed on my personal property, including Experian, TransUnion, Equifax, and or public offices, from your company or any company that you represent for a debt that I don't owe, is a violation of the FCRA and FDCPA. Therefore, if you cannot validate the debt, you must request that all credit reporting agencies delete the entry and any fraudulent security interest liens removed from my personal property. HJR 192, otherwise known as Public Law 7310, states all debts, public and private, are paid for. Now, pending the outcome of my investigation of any evidence that you submit, you are instructed to take no action that could be detrimental to any of my credit reports. Failure to respond within 30 days of receipt of this certified letter may result in a small claims action against you, your company, at my local venue. I will be seeking a minimum of $1,000 in damages per violation for defamation, negligent enablement of identity fraud, right? Because they have possession of my personal information without my consent, right? Violation of the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, including but not limited to Section 807-8. Then we have violations of the Fair Credit Reporting Act, including but not limited to Section 623-B. Copyright infringement of the trade name. Boom. Please note, this is an attempt to correct your records, and any information received from you will be collected as evidence should any further action is necessary. This is a request for information only and is not a statement, election, or waiver of status. Contact information is as follows. Then we tell them, please be aware that depending upon your response, I may be detailing any potential issues with your company via an online public press release, including documentation of any potential small claims action. I am also including a copy of my complaint to the organizations below. So we have the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, we have the Attorney General's Office, and the Better Business Bureau. Now, we must also look up these companies, right? Because they should typically be registered with the NMLS if they're collecting debt in your state. And just a quick search, and you'll be surprised what you pull up. Okay, so here goes this company here. As you can see, nothing came up for them to be operating in Texas. Okay, so boom, we send all that to them, and then we send that stuff off to them in the mail. Boom, it's the address, you see the posters, and we document everything. Why? Because court starts in the mail. Now let's see how they respond. Okay, now we have another statement, a document sent from them. This one's dated October 16th, so this is actually 2 days after the notice was, the dispute from us were sent to them. So they probably hadn't received it yet. So this was already in motion as their follow-up letter to the first one, right? So it says right here on 9/1/2022, we sent to you a letter advising you that we are a debt collection company and Progressive County Mutual Insurance has contracted with us to collect the debt noted above. This is an attempt to collect a debt, and any information obtained will be used for that purpose. We have attempted to resolve this matter with you without success. To make payment, please call Monday through Friday, this time, this address, or you can mail payment using a coupon included in this letter. To access your account online, including payment options, please visit here. You will be prompted to enter your zip code, reference number from this letter. When you provide a check as payment, you authorize us to either use information from your check to make a one-time electronic funds transfer from your account, or to process the payment as a check transaction. For inquiries, please call the number at the top of this notice. Your balance may increase or decrease based on additional information we received from the client. We look forward to assisting you in this matter. Okay, so we have a little stamp here. Nobody is signing this, with first-hand information under penalty of perjury. Nobody's authenticating these notices, right? If they're so legal and lawful, where's your authentication? That's just the simplest part that they could put on a legal document. All right, so here they listed some more information, and what we have here now, the trust steps in. If you're enjoying this thus far and you would like to see how this is typically resolved, this particular case was resolved within seven days of notice once the trust reached out to this fictitious entity. And if this is something you'll be interested in learning and obtaining for yourself, please go ahead now and reach out to my website and subscribe, and you can get access to the remaining situation with this third-party debt collector. Peace and prosperity.